Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into, well, the nuts and bolts of artificial intelligence.
Right. Not the sci-fi stuff necessarily, but the AI that's already here, powering the tech you use.
Exactly. We want to unpack what AI really means, look at how it evolved a bit, and then zoom in on 5 key areas.
These are sort of the pillars, right? Machine learning, neural networks, and deep learning.
Natural language processing, computer vision, and reasoning and search.
Our goal is to give you a clearer picture, maybe some aha moments about your everyday tech.
So what do we mean by AI then? Is it about thinking machines?
Well, it started a bit like that, but today's AI, especially the applied stuff, is more focused on systems that act rationally.
Meaning
They're designed to achieve specific goals in the best possible way, like smart problem solvers.
Got it. So less HAL 9000, more. Really efficient tool. And this field has history.
Oh, yeah. The term artificial intelligence actually dates back to 1956. Early work was very logic-based, rule-based.
But things changed.
Massively. The big shift was towards learning from data. And that brings us right to our first pillar, machine learning.
Okay, ML. What's the core idea there in simple terms?
At its heart, it's about systems learning from experience from data to get better at a task without needing explicit instructions for every single scenario.
So feed it data and it figures things out. How does that work?
There are a few main ways. You've got supervised learning, where it learns from labeled examples. Think spam filters, they learn from emails marked as spam or not spam.
Okay.
Then, unsupervised learning finds hidden structures in data without labels, like grouping similar customers together based on their behavior.
Right, finding patterns we didn't know were there.
Exactly. And then there's reinforcement learning, which is learning by trial and error, getting rewards or penalties, like AI learning to play chess.
And we see this where?
Recommendation systems are a huge one. Netflix, Spotify, Amazon, they use ML to predict what you'll like.
Based on what I've watched or bought before.
Yes, using supervised learning for predictions and unsupervised to find groups of similar users or items, they really shape your experience online.
Definitely feel that. Okay, next. Neural networks and deep learning. Sounds complex.
It can be, but the concept is inspired by the brain interconnected nodes, or neurons, processing information in layers. Deep learning just means lots of layers.
And the advantage.
The big one is automatic feature learning. It can figure out the important patterns in raw data itself, especially complex stuff like images or audio.
So we don't have to tell it, look for edges, then shapes.
Pretty much. It learns hierarchies. Early layers spot simple things, later layers combine them. This really took off with big data and faster computers like GPUs.
Where does this show up?
Image recognition is a classic. Tagging photos on social media, your phone camera, identifying scenes, or doing portrait mode.
Ah, the background blur.
That's using it. Also, things like content moderation online. It's learning visual patterns kind of like our own brains do.
Fascinating. Okay, pillar 3. Natural language processing, or NLP. Getting computers to understand us.
Yep. Enabling machines to process, understand, and even generate human language. It's tough, language is ambiguous, context matters.
I can imagine. What does it do?
Things like speech recognition, understanding the meaning of text, translation, summarizing articles, chatbots. Deep learning, especially models called transformers, really revolutionized NLP recently.
Virtual assistants seem like the obvious example here. Siri, Alexa.
Exactly. They combine several things. Speech recognition turns your voice to text. NLU, natural language. Understanding figures out your intent. Then maybe it searches for info or does a task. NLG, natural language generation, creates a reply, and text-to-speech speaks it.
Wow, quite a chain reaction.
It really shows how these AI pieces work together.
Okay, computer vision. Giving machines sight.
Right. Interpreting visual information from the world, from images or video. Big challenge there is just the sheer volume of data and how much things can vary in appearance.
What tasks does it handle?
Object detection, finding cars or people in an image. Image classification saying this is a cat. Facial recognition, analyzing motion, and again, deep learning, especially convolutional neural networks or CNNs, are key.
And everyday examples. You mentioned phone cameras.
Definitely. Autofocus uses object detection. Portrait mode uses segmentation to separate you from the background. Scene optimization classifies the scene.
Also, self-driving car features.
Driver assistance systems, absolutely. Detecting lanes, other vehicles, pedestrians, signs, often combined with other sensors, too. It's a major application area.
Makes sense. Last pillar, reasoning and search. Sounds fundamental.
They really are. These are some of the classic AI techniques for problem solving, planning, making decisions.
Wow.
Search algorithms systematically explore possibilities to find a solution, like finding the best path. Reasoning involves using knowledge, often stored formally, to draw logical conclusions.
And where is this at work?
Think about your GPS navigation. Google Maps, Waze. They use search algorithms like Aon road networks to find the best route.
The fastest route, usually.
Yeah. Right. And now they layer machine learning on top to predict traffic in real time, which dynamically changes the cost of different roads for the search algorithm, plus some basic reasoning for traffic rules.
So it's often a blend, isn't it? These pillars don't usually stand alone.
Almost never in complex real-world apps. Your smart home might use NLP to understand you, ML to learn preferences, maybe CV for security, and reasoning to coordinate devices. It's all interconnected.
Becoming more invisible, just part of the background intelligence.
That's the trend. AI as an enabling layer, optimizing things without you always noticing.
So looking ahead, what's next? More integration.
Definitely tighter integration.
Oh.
Also progress towards more general AI, though that's still far off. Big focus areas are explainable AI, understanding why AI makes a decision, and making AI fairer and more robust.
And we have to mention the ethical side, too.
Absolutely crucial. Fairness, bias, privacy, accountability. Especially as AI gets more powerful and controls more things in the physical world, responsible development is key.
It really has huge potential, but understanding these building blocks helps us see both the opportunities and the challenges.
Well said.
So, for you listening, think about it. What piece of AI you interact with daily makes you most curious or maybe even a bit concerned about where it's all heading? Something to chew on. Thanks for diving deep with us.